You've come here for prepare for I.E.L.T.S. Take your book. Skills and strategies. Skills is needed. Strategies is needed. For any part of communication, whether it is reading, writing, listening, or speaking. So we have come here for the speaking, page number 146 to 147. This is the speaking, sir. Speaking task. So practice task. So this is 2 minutes and the topic is given. Definitely it should be in the task 2, isn't it? You have to prepare and speak continuously. In part 1, no problem. What's your name? Where do you work? What's your qualification? This is part 1. We can expect short replies, short answers. That's not a big problem. But when you come here for 1 or 2 minutes on a topic, for example, a topic is given, Secretary General of United Nations. If you were, say if you are not, if you were, suppose if you want to, say, you want to wish something, I wish, I were. I wish, I were. Here grammar changes. You are not using was, you are using were. Something which you are not, then you are using were. And if you want to tell, if I were the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, not if I was or if I am. If I were, right? Something which you are not. And if you want to put in that position, you are using were. So a topic is given to you. If you were the Secretary General of the United Nations. What is United Nations? You know that? After the World War II, all the countries in the world joined together. They don't want any other world war to happen. So they joined together and they formed United Nations. And the Secretary General is the most powerful person. In fact, the most powerful person in the world, statutorily saying. Most powerful person, even powerful than Obama. If you were in that position, what would you do? And the second topic, if you were the Minister for Health in your country, you belong to India. If you are the Health Minister, so what would you do? Reforms, rehabilitations, the laws, what would you do? Suppose if you are the Chief of Police in your capital city, you are in Chennai. The most powerful policeman, what's his designation? You call him as DIG or IG, whatever it is. Commissioner of Police. If you are the Commissioner of Police in your capital city, what would you do? Your favorite pop star, Madonna, Shakira, Rahman. If you are in that position, you are a pop star, what would you do? If you are an expert on computer viruses, you are an expert, what would you do? You have to speak for 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. If you are the Minister for Education in your home country, if you are the Education Minister of India, what would you do? Educational reforms, what type of reforms would you make? Now, recently there are laws there waiting for approval. Foreign university to come to India. Harvard University, Cambridge, Oxford University. So, a lot of foreign universities are going to come. People no need to go all the way to Oxford and Cambridge, UK and US. So, all these universities, they are going to start over here. You find all the Britishers and Americans and Europeans being professors in country like India. So, a law is to be introduced. Here, you might begin, if I were the Secretary General of the United Nations, I would. So it is a speculative term. What do you mean by speculative, sir? Which is not sure, which is not guaranteed. It's a predictive and speculative word. The certainty word and uncertainty words. I would, I may, possibly, probably. I wish, I'm surely. I'm fairly sure that. These are the words to be used. You got it, sir? Able to understand the first part? Now, in the first part, we have our student. Let us start with our student. First student, please come. Could you introduce yourself?
Hello, sir. My name is Harita. I'm from Chennai. At present, I'm a student and I'm doing my BSc Computer Science in SRM Arts and Science College.
Okay, coming here to the topic. If you were the Secretary General of United Nations, what would you do?
If I were the Secretary General of United Nations, I would possibly take the responsibilities of helping the poorer countries, and I would help the neighboring countries for the education and health and trade. And I would possibly make dealing with other countries so that next World War would not take place.
Okay, good. If you are the Health Minister of your country, what would you do?
If I were the health minister, I would probably give a free health checkup for each and everyone in the country. Even the hospitality and the cost of health checkups will be free for each and everyone.
If you're Chief of Police in your city, what would you do?
I would take action in such a way that no crime would take place in any at any time, um, and no robbery thing and no other crimes will take place.
Okay, the time is not even you are crossing 1 minute. Almost 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Your favorite pop star. If you were a pop star of your favorite, what would you do?
If I were the pop star, I would probably make the world's largest live concert rather than any other famous pop star would have done. And I'll make my fans to feel free to face me to see me whenever they want to face me. I mean, whenever they want to visit me.
If you're the education minister of your country, what reforms you do?
If I were the education minister, I would probably make a free education for the poor and even for the middle class people, and I will even all from starting from the uniform, from books, from the vehicle that they needed, and everything will be free, totally free for the poor peoples and even for the middle class people.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Practice for your speaking test by preparing responses to the following scenarios. Different scenarios are there. Situations, the predicaments. So what would be your response? See, your friend wants to go home before the end of his course. Your friend is doing BE, civil or mechanical or cop, whatever it is. So before the end of the 4th year, he wants to go or she wants to discontinue her studies or his studies and go of study. Suggest reasons why this or is not a good idea. So you are advising your friend, no, don't discontinue. Finish the study and go. So in this predicament, situation, scenario, what would you do? Now coming here, your friend can't decide where to go for dinner. So today we are having a party, your friend doesn't know where to go for a dinner. You suggest a place where you like to eat. So you are telling to your friend, okay, this place is fine. We shall go for dinner or whatever it is. Next, your friend wants to marry somebody who is a lot older. A 24-year or 23-year girl. She wants to marry a 35 years or 40-year man. So what would you do? Or younger. Okay, want to marry somebody who's very young, to 40 to 30 or 20. So what would your suggestions be? And coming here, suggest reasons why this is or not a good idea. So why it is good or bad idea. So you have to say, right sir, I request the gentleman to come forward. Take your mic and come. So your friend wants to go home before the end of the course. So what would you suggest? 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah, hello everyone. Actually you are sharing your own personal...
First you introduce your name and qualification. Which country
okay.
are you planning to go and when are you taking your I.E.L.T.S exam, sir?
Yeah, I'm Tangaraju from Bangalore, staying in Chennai since 2 years. I'm planning to migrate to Australia For that, I'm taking I.E.L.T.S on March 19th. Coming to this topic, actually, one of my friend is asking my opinion on discontinuing the course. Um, actually, I'm talking to my friend, so maybe I'm talking to him like that. Yeah, you shared with me in confidence that your personal problem and yeah, your decision actually. I should first thank you about it. Um, if you ask my opinion on this decision, I would say that it's not a good idea. I strongly feel that because I have, I have listened to your problem already. Uh, so that is not a great problem. So everybody will face this problem. It's not a, it's a new problem you're facing. So everybody come across this problem, but we have to face it boldly. For that, discontinuing your own dream, so it is not a good suggestion. So you strived so much for this course, so this is not at all, for simple reasons you drop out your dreams, so it is not a good idea. So you should, take a break at least for 1 week. So I could talk to the lecturer about it. So and then take a break, have refresh yourself, going to some places, then come back and then continue the course in the, the dreams or energy which you started the course. So and this really helps your career, so that's why you joined the course, right? So this is my sincere advice to you. Still, I'll give it to you that you take and, analyze or something like that.
Fine, so what you have done is direct speech. What you should do is indirect speech. That is what expected.
Yeah.
Direct speech, what you have done, directly you are speaking, but you have to go in for indirect speech, right, sir? Now coming here, he wants to go for a dinner. Which is the hotel which you would suggest, or restaurant or eatery?
Okay. Okay. One of my friend is asking for a, suggestion to go for a dinner. So I would like to suggest him, because I know my friend. So he is a foodie. He likes to eat a lot, and he likes to experiment so many hotels and different type of food. I know him personally that the ambience also it matters for him. So I would like to suggest one of the hotel I came across 2 years ago when I visited Delhi. So there I found that hotel was so interesting for me because the ambience it attracted me a lot. And the taste also, being a South Indian, we could taste North Indian food here, but the entire taste was so different. And right now he's in Delhi, so I could suggest him to go to that hotel which I visited for
Fine.
dinner.
Fine, sir. Your friend wants to marry somebody who is lot older or lot younger. So what would you suggest? Your friend is almost 40 years, 45 years. He wants to marry a girl of 22 years old or 20 years old. So what would you suggest?
Yeah, actually, for this situation, one of my friend is asking me an opinion on our marriage. She's of my age, and she want to marry 2 years um, younger one. So I would suggest that um, marriage. Marriage is not for any society, or some people are asking you so that you get married to them. So it is matter of compatibility and togetherness. So I would suggest my friend that if she feels that compatibility is there with that person, or she is able to express herself independently without any bondage with that guy, the age does not matter. It is, from my point of view, that age is not a factor for these things, to get married or just to go along in life. So togetherness is matter. How independent you are in the togetherness. So that matters to me a lot. So age does not matter. I would suggest my friend, if these criteria are met, so she can go ahead with the marriage.
Fine, sir. Thank you very much,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Okay. So choose one of these topics and speak for up to 2 minutes. Be ready to justify your position. If you could choose any city in the world, if you could choose, which city would you live in and why? Options is left to you. You can choose. Many cities are there. Which city do you like to live and work? So next question is, how do you think living in 100 years time will be different to now? 2015 now, 2115. What will the world be? What would the planet be? Can you imagine and say what the world will be? And coming here, in the field of medical research, what do we need to spend the most money on the next 10 years? So, in the budget, allocating the money for education and medicine, the most important for the welfare of the people. So, in medical allotment of money, so what do you expect? In the next 10 years in the field of medical research, what do we need to spend the most money on in the next 10 years? In which field in medicine? What criticisms would you make of the education system in which you were educated? You were educated here, maybe in Tamil Nadu, 10th, 12th, BE or BA or BL, or MBBS. So, what are the faults you find in your education system? Do you think children's emotional means what? Being sad, being happy, rejected, dejected, disappointed, and intellectual, your mind, the intelligence, knowledge area will be adversely affected by computer games. Nowadays we find children.
Hi, I'm Anushya. I'm doing BE in Sri Shasta College of Engineering at Pundamalli. Yes, I would live in Australia because it is very nice to see. It's like a different places, things are like the likewise. It is very interesting places to see, and I will be learn from the countries, and it's a very good to learning and good to learning and living, and it will be very successful to be a very good workers, and it will be nice to see there, and a peaceful minded is present in their people, and we will get informations from that people what their countries are present in that olden times and nowadays. That's all.
Good, Anisha. Moving to Australia, to Sydney is getting popular. Australia, Sydney. Okay, so please take a seat. And next gentleman, please come here. How do you think living in 100 years' time will be different from now?
Hi, good evening to everyone. My name is Pavan Kumar. Definitely there will be a lot of changes. Okay, so the most of the most of the new things will be come. For example, automations, robotics, and the way of culture. The surviving of life. Everything will be different. For example, we are right now. We are. Our scientists or our technical team is going to moon. Okay, maybe at the time after 100 years, they can make a trips to moon, and maybe aliens also come here and they can travel. Maybe we can have a good relationship with the other planets also, and the mostly with the cars or bikes, maybe they can fly in the air. The totally, main thing is definitely there will no traffic at the time, I hope, and the food culture is also definitely it will be also different. Maybe at the time we have to eat some tablets or capsules like that because of globalization or pollution like these things. Definitely it's going to affect. We can see after 300 years. Right now we have lost half of the planet by cutting the trees, everything. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, sir. Please come, sir. Your name, sir? Thank you very much. Your name? Pavan. Thank you very much, Mr. Pavan. Sir, could you introduce yourself and say, in the field of medical research, what do we need to spend the most money on the next 10 years?
Actually, I am Prabhakar. Right now, I am working as a manager in Chennai Metro Rail Limited. Recently, I have joined, that is November 27, I have joined as a manager. Now, I have completed 2.5 months. So, now I came for learning the English language in American spoken English. So now I am going to speak about the field of medicine next 10 years. Actually, suppose we need to allocate the money in the budget. That is in India, now, nobody was allocating the budget for the future 10 years for making the that is laboratories in metropolitan cities. So first we need to make laboratories in metropolitan cities. In that in that laboratory we need to put young professionals for doing the research in that area. So because for the future 10 years, so many diseases will come. That is now we are facing that swine flu, dengue, and some other diseases are coming. So still we didn't find a solution for that. So we need to close that issue. So still we are not finalizing any medicine for the diseases. So we need to put laboratories in metropolitan cities, and according to that we need to plan a budget for them. And according to that budget, we need to close that issue within that years.
Fine, fine, sir. Very fine, sir. Prabhakar, thank you very much. Next, I request you to come here. What criticisms would you make of the education system in which you were educated? Educational system, criticisms.
Possibly nowadays all those 10th grade examinations are actually been eliminated to make students free from stress, and that should not actually be happen, because students are like becoming totally free for this, and they start losing their concentration towards studies. So I don't think the 10th education system is to be stopped. It should be stopped, and it should be actually be treated as an important exam as always. And the next thing is in colleges, the theories things is more elaborate than the practical one. But in our life, in maybe in IT companies, we just take the practical as the main source, and the theory is not actually important. So in colleges, we may take the practical as the practical more elaborately than the theory examinations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You come. Say you tell about your name and qualification. Do you think children's emotional and intellectual development will be adversely affected by computer games?
Good evening to all. I am V.K. Sridharan, studying in Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, School of Excellence Law, BA/BL Honors. Nowadays in society, the children are getting more emotional in computer games. We should computer games is important, but not up to the level of that physical and mental. They should not give more importance to computer games. They should go to physical games, mental games like chess, etc. Physical game, volleyball, basketball, etc. They should go to that, but we should avoid computer games, because of keep on playing the computer games, the eyesight will get damaged. They loses their surroundings, what happening to them. They are not concentrated in studies. But if they involved in physical and mental games, it will concentrate its memory, and physical conditions of their body will be good.
Good, thank you, sir. Please sit down. Yes, sir, two I.E.L.T.S takers, please come forward. You also come. So, the end of the interview, we are coming, end of the speaking task, right? Task 1, you enter the room, the interviewer is there. Task 1, they'll ask about your name, qualification, your hometown, some festivals, short answers. Part 2, a topic is given to you, a card, prompt card. You have to speak for 2 minutes continuously. Then, part 3, a discussion topic would be held between you and the examiner. At the end of the interview, it's getting over 15 minutes, right? So, how do you think the examiner will signal that the interview is over? So what type of words he use? When will he say that interview is over? After part 1, part 2 and part 3. He just say, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. That will be end of your...
This is the end of the interview, okay? Next, what words might the examiner use? What will be the words? So here, signal. Signal is, okay, body language, he says. Then what is the words he may use? This is the end of the interview. You may expect the results soon. That's what he may say, isn't it? What body language or gestures might the examiner use? What is the body language and gestures? Gestures means using your body and expressing your language, words. Okay, at the end of the interview, you say goodbye to the examiner and leave. But body language is, generally, what is the body language, sir? What is the gesture, sir? This is what? He gets